Here's a quick story from the last law conference I went to. It was a trial lawyers retreat in Montana from the group Trial by Human, and there were about 40 or 50 lawyers, and we were workshopping our cases. And one of the attorneys was up there talking about her case, and it involved a defect on the sidewalk in front of a building. And what happened was a lady was actually facing her car, taking the baby from the back seat, and as she stepped back, her foot hit this defect, like a raise in the sidewalk, and she tripped and she fell, and she had serious life-changing forever injuries. And so the defendants were arguing, well, you should look where you're going. You should have seen it. And then the counter argument that the group, we had like 40 or 50 lawyers, this was a group of about 10 lawyers workshopping, we were broken up into different groups, but the counter argument that we kind of came up with collectively was, wait a minute, you're the landlord of this property. And the law says that as a landlord, as a homeowner, you are responsible for the public sidewalk in front of your property. And this crack has been there for like 10 years. So how many opportunities did you have to see it? And did you have to fix it? And then there was also a lawsuit against the city. And the city actually went out there and in their maps or in their investigations, they mark up the sidewalk, and they knew about this defect and they didn't do anything about it. And that was like 10 years before. So they had an opportunity to see it, to fix it so many times, as opposed to a client who's never been there before, who just happens to park there and who takes a step backward while trying to recover something from the back seat of her car and happens to trip. So you have to put, when you deal with a case like that, you're really dealing with reasonable care, and you have to deal with it from the perspective of both the plaintiff as well as the defendant, who had more opportunities to look and to investigate. Was it the property owner who's been there for every day for a decade? Was it the city that actually investigated and found it but then failed to fix it? Or was it the lady who was there one time and just couldn't avoid it because she was doing something else? So it's an interesting way to flip the perspective and to convince the jury, persuade the jury, and to also destroy the defenses, because that's the number one defense in any type of fall injury is, oh, you should have looked where you were going, it's your own fault. Even though we have this unsafe condition, you should have seen it. So you can flip the script on them and win the case that way. So I hope this was helpful. Let us know what questions you have. We are here for you.